Hi everyone, it's Kati, and today I want to show you a quick trick on how to remove one decal from static mesh but keeping the other decal on this static mesh. So let me explain. So here I have two decal, so I'm going to drop both on my static mesh. And here, as you can see, I have both of the decal affecting my static mesh. So what we usually do is we go in static mesh and we look for decal. So here we have the receive decal parameter, and we can just uncheck this, and this will just remove all of the decal information on our static mesh. But in this case, we actually want to remove one of these decal, so let's say the purple one, and keeping the other. And so this is what we're going to learn in this video. So let's go in edit and in project setting. And in here, I'm going to look for stencil. And now we have this parameter, so custom depth stencil plus. This should be set to enable. We're going to click and set to enable with stencil. And so now, so make sure you have receive decal set to true. And now in my static mesh detail panel, if I look for custom, we'll have this parameter, which is render custom depth path. And so we need to set this to true. And now we can change the value of the custom depth stencil value. And so I'm going to change this to 1. Of course, you can change this value to whatever you want. So in case you maybe have a lot of static mesh and a lot of decal, you might want to increase this number and have a number for each decal that you want to preserve on the static mesh. But I'll let you see what you want to do with this. So let's say now I want to remove the purple decal. So I'm just going to open the material, and in here I'm going to look for the node send texture. And so in here I'm just going to click in this node, and I'm going to go and drop this menu, and I'm going to open look for custom stencil. And I'm going to change so this node to custom stencil. And now I'm going to bring an if node, and I'm going to plug the color result into the A. I'm going to change the P value to 1. I'm going to bring 3 constant. So the first one's going to be 1, the second one's going to be 0, and the last one's going to be 1. And so in here, I'm going to plug the result into, so the 1 result into this, the 0 result into this, and the 1 result into B. And now I can actually just plug the result into the opacity. And so what this is going to do is we are actually going to remove, whenever we are on the static mesh, we are basically going to have a value in 0 on the opacity. And that's because in here, in custom stencil value, we change the value to be 1. And so because we are getting this information from this node, so basically on the static mesh that we are on, we are getting so the 1 value. I'm just gonna, so basically we are getting a value of 1, and so we are plugging a value of 1 into the if node. And so as we can see here, if A, so this, which equal 1, equal B, so equal 1, we are getting a 0 value. So basically whenever we are on the static mesh with a stencil value to 1, we are getting a 0 value, and so in opacity we have a 0 value. And so that's of course something that could be very useful in case you want to preserve some of the decal and remove some other. And of course, so let's say here I have a more complex decal, so which is a snow blowing effect. That's an effect that I'm setting on the Unreal Engine Marketplace. You can find that on my YouTube channel. So here I have a more complex so decal material. You can just open the material, and in here, so I have all the so opacity logic around there, and I'm basically just gonna take this logic. So of course you can create a material function for this, and I'm just gonna paste it right there. And now I'm just gonna take a multiply node, and so if I multiply the so the logic of the opacity, so which is basically everything on the left of this, I'm just gonna multiply so this by this and plug that into the opacity. And of course it's gonna remove all of the effect of my snow blowing effects onto this static mesh.